All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. We'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in our true faith, Sarah. On a brother Barak and with me,
Brother Ryan.
And yeah, we're the Icon from the Great Millstone Church in Birmingham. And tonight, we'll touch on a lesson concerning Esau being death. He's the embodiment of death on the planet Earth. Everything this man does, the results is death. Whether it be fast or slow, the destination that somebody ordering the casket for you, man. Matter of fact, let's get that in. Let's start off that. Matter of fact, I'm slacking. I'm here. I got the let's get that in. Habakkuk. Yep.
Okay.
If you got anything, I'll just
I got something for you real quick.
You got it, bro.
This just said wherever Esau go, doth follow.
Mm-hmm.
This Sirach 12 verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And Esau, even when somebody died and anything happened, Esau is on the scene some way, somehow, in some form or some fashion.
Yep.
Jake just got shot with a Smith & Wesson gun. Who made Smith & Wesson? Even down to high blood pressure. Who gave him this type of food, man? Yeah. So every role,
even blood pressure medicine that they give, is certain herbs to lower your pressure. But this devil give you a pill with a stamp on it. And tell you to take 2 of these, and you down.
Call them in the morning.
Yeah. And a lot of Jake throw it back with a Pepsi to make it even. But you got to know
worse, man. So like this Sirach 12 in verse 17 again. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Because even when Esau try to help you, he gonna make things worse. Like Edward Scissorhands, man. Like the elder brother always make the point. He try to caress you, but you're gonna end up being cut. You got it out.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. That's what this man do. Everybody falling out to his ways. This man, his when he presents into these people, it's nothing but wickedness, man. And this nigga is pride. That's why I said he that have pride is gonna pour out abomination. And that's what you see. You just weirdos. You have to question. The question of the century now is, what is a woman? That's sick, man. Let's show you the time that we in is the end of all this bullshit. It ain't gonna be a Moabite. Now the new things is rat sickles or some crazy. You know what I mean? No, this is the end of all these nations ruling, man. We're gonna see how a real civilization is supposed to be ran in the kingdom of heaven. But it says, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell. And that's what this man, his influence is everywhere. If you see a McDonald's there, Esau is there. Esau is there. That is one sort of sign to show you that that man is there. And it's you can see that he has his influence has stretched throughout the world. Even from that to 3-piece suits, these different trends. It says, and is as death. And that's, he's the embodiment of death on the planet Earth. From his philosophies, the ideologies this man presents, to, hey, he's the sword as well. And what only thing could the sword bring forth? Like, as you mentioned, Edward Scissorhands. It's only going to do damage, man. It says, and cannot be satisfied. And that's Esau. That's why he's looking to inhabit Mars. This nigga window shopping in the heavens and shit, man. You know, he got the whole planet Earth, his face on the money, but he wants you now. And once he gets you, he gonna go to Mars, and whatever's on Mars, he gonna get that. No, but that's not the case. You got something?
Yeah, it's like just add on it because he's covering this too.
Mm-hmm.
He want to spread their wickedness and death everywhere. Like Alexander the Greek, he got mad because he couldn't kill nobody anymore, man.
Mm-hmm.
He conquered the whole world. He was envious and he wanted to fight something else, man. That's the spirit of Esau.
Mm-hmm.
You can give Esau the whole world. You can get Esau in it, everything, but at the end of the day, he's not going to be satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got a lot. So
you said it says, but gather unto him all nations, and he will unto him all people, and that's what you see in this day. You know, trying to lump everyone together to literally everybody's gonna stay in this long ass. You know, saying that as they said in Saudi Arabia, they're gonna have that long ass
15-minute city.
Yeah, it's gonna be all everybody crammed into one. But it says he is as death. And that's the so-called white man himself. Everything he presents, he do. His solutions. Matter of fact, you got something?
Real quick to back you up.
You got it up.
This Sirach 10, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, an unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
That's it.
And with the brother was just mentioning, man, Esau, he destroying everybody, because even though he's the king of the whole planet Earth right now, he's an unwise king, and he's destroying the people mentally by pushing forth the vain philosophy, the philosophy of the LGBT, and plenty of other things, and even physically, he's killing people. That's why he's a big thing of Depop. You know, you got it.
That's it. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and 10. It says, a righteous man regarded the life of his beast. And that's the same thing. Just going back to a wise king, the city shall be inhabited. Just like how you take care of your beast, that's even on a large scale concerning the kingdom. You know, the people will be set up in a certain fashion. You know, it says, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. And guess what? And that's Esau. Even from in this time, this man got the humane society, you know, where these certain animals come in, strays. The first thing they do, you know, and it's a countdown before they put them to death. You know, the first thing they do is neuter, you know, snip them to where they can't reproduce. Then if nobody come and want to adopt it, so many days after they just put them to death, man. And that could be your McDonald's nuggets and shit, you know.
So like it end up your Chinese
food. Yeah, Chinese food, especially your Chinese food. You know, the goop, especially if some Isca rice working in the back, there's a good chance you might be all right.
Yeah.
But if it's some gooks in cooking, you see a gook with a wok, nah, man. Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. But matter of fact, let me get the word cruel. Let me see what that word cruel about the shot going to. But you got it, right?
No, you got it, bro.
Kind of this word cruel. Damn. It's a lot. Strong's H 394. Cruel. Let's see. Cruel. Terrible. Let's see. Cruel, fierce. It says meaning to act harshly, violent. Implication, deadly. It says in a good sense, brave, but in a bad sense, that's pride. You know, it says cruel, fierce, and that's also going back to going back to the curses. Deuteronomy 28 chapter, it talks about that nation of a fierce countenance. That's concerning this man, Esau Edom, man, this devil, man. Because he is deadly and violent. What else? He was blessed with the sword.
That's it.
What else could you do with the sword? But do damage. And that's what he do. Look at his history. As the brother mentioned earlier concerning Alexander, go back. And it's filled with nothing but wickedness and death. Let's go to the Roman Empire, filled with nothing but wickedness and death. Renaissance era, wickedness and death. Today is even worse because these people enjoy wickedness and death.
Mm-hmm.
They for the lean fetuses, unborn babies.
Mm-hmm.
They got suicide, assisted suicide. Come on, man. What time could we be in? And see, and look who's ruling. Look who's calling the shots. Look who's allowing this.
It's like who can you blame?
Yeah.
I got something to back you up.
You got a lot.
Isaiah 14:6.
That's it.
It says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindered." And just going back to the word fierce, because it says, "He that smote the people in wrath," man. Because look how this guy deal on the planet Earth. Look how he deal his affairs upon the planet Earth. He don't deal with things diplomatically. If you disagree with him, he'll throw terrorists on you. And if all of push come to shove, he's gonna send bombs on you. Just like on Oppenheimer. They was like, the Japanese, they surrendered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they ain't fighting them Japanese. You look at they was some nobodies, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they was the fierce army like Germany or Russia. It wasn't like they had a lot of weapons. They was nobody for real, for lack of better words, man. Esau had just wanted to exalt himself over the planet Earth by dropping that bomb, by dropping that destructive weapon. That's what Esau made for. That's why I say he was blessed with the sword.
That's how you got the fabulous 50s.
That's it.
These devils love to go back to that point.
The golden age.
But it was through that sword.
Mm-hmm.
They had the devils put their mind together and the Lord put the spirit on them to do that. But now that sword has been sharpened. You can get over here in 30 minutes now. You ain't got to fly no plane, man. No. But yeah, that's heavy right there. Matter of fact, you got anything out?
Yeah, I got another one for you real quick.
You got it, bro.
This is the book of Proverbs 29 and verse 2. Mm-hmm. It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yep.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn."
Mm-hmm.
And just going back, who smoked the people in wrath with a continuous stroke.
Yep.
Because Esau beat the people upon the planet Earth as and give them a rest, for the lack of better words, man. Especially if you are Israelite, such thing, you working hard as a Hebrew slave. That's not just the same, and they actually do that to Jake, man, since they wear out the saints.
Mm-hmm.
But for lack of better words, everybody is suffering. That's why it's such thing called a sad, unseasonal, and depression. All these things, it's a high form of anxiety. All the people on opioids, on drugs, to try to frustrate the pain. Why? Because Esau, the wicked, death is ruling.
Mm-hmm.
You realize why this place is called the Valley of the Shadow of Death.
Is it?
Yep.
You got it, man. That's heavy right there. This is on the book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 27. I start at verse 24. It reads, "I have hated many things, but nothing like him. For the Lord, Yahweh Shai will hate him. And the Lord hath fashioned this man to be that vessel to be hated, man." Look at what he do, man. Everything this man and what he presents is hateful unto Yahweh Shai. What's it in Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, in the 9th verse? The ungodly and his ungodliness. This stench in the air had to come from somewhere. See, the LGBTQ wasn't just something you woke up in the morning to. There was something that has been shaped and molded over time, from Bugs Bunny kissing Elmer Fudd with a dress on to what you see today, SpongeBob, and and that's just one of many things this devil have did, and it has blossomed. See, wickedness has blossomed. Going Revelation, the 14th chapter, talks about how the grapes are ripe.
Is it?
What else is left for this place but destruction, man? It ain't like you can vote somebody in to make things better. It says, "Whoso casteth a stone on high, cast is on his own head." And just going back, like as you mentioned, concerning them gooks, they born them gooks. And that what brought forth the fabulous 50, but not knowing that that's your curse, man. See, when you was given that blessing of the sword, that was really a curse unto you. Because our Lord Yahushua said that in St. Matthew 26 chapter, he that killed with the sword must be killed. He that live with the sword shall be died with the sword. But it's Revelation 13, he that killed with the sword must be killed. But guess what? You was blessed with the sword, so it gotta go back to you.
Reap what you sow.
Yeah. It was a so-called white man. He's blessed with the sword. Like that's one of the many characteristics of Esau, that him being very well in his weaponry. Going back to the Roman Empire, when you read Daniel the 7th chapter, that fourth beast, and what characteristic that beast had was the great iron teeth. So-called white man is known for his military might, from the Gatling gun to these drones, these fighter jets and shit. He the one that came up with that shit. He the one that spearheaded this modern warfare. That's why Revelation 9th chapter is written. Part of, the first beginning of concerning the dog fighters.
Yeah, that's why it was called the Great War.
Yeah, the Great War. This man revolutionized how war is played out. Matter of fact, and get something real quick.
Hey, Salaki, if I may, because even when you go into World War One, they said they changed war forever.
Yeah.
Ain't like you take that even Isaiah.
Yep.
You got it.
Con. Yep. The spirit.
You got it.
God. Revelation 9 and 5. Oh, don't you have?
I see it now.
I
want to jump the gun.
God, it's just for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, and that's how ancient war was played out. You had. Oh, you can go into the spiritual armor of the Most High. The shield, you had the shield, your sword, your helmet, the shod upon your feet, all that, that armor, man. So you had to actually, not no bulletproof vest, and then you had, because you actually had to get up on your enemy and hit them. And whether they confused noise come in, whether it's that sword in the shield, or you actually thrusting him through, he screaming, or hacking war cries, that's that confused noise. It says, but this, meaning concerning this battle that we coming upon, shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And how fitting that, the sword have to be on the scene concerning this precept right here. The sword got to be here for this great battle to take place, which is Esau Edom, man, so-called white man. But that, what does a battle entail? None but death. So just going back, Esau equals death. So matter of fact, let's see. I had some on this. You got some?
No, you got it out.
Yeah, I mean, you got some.
Okay. All right, come. This Psalm 7 in verse 13. It says, he hath also prepared for him the instruments of death.
That's it.
Just showing you all the missiles. It says.
And it said he prepared for them. So guess what? These different areas already marked. It was already a missile made for them. It ain't like when World War III, when everything takes place, they gotta set their concordance in real fast. Yeah, sending it. Yeah, I mean, and really, the Spirit of the Lord is going to be in the middle. He's the one that's going to set them off. Goes into how the Lord's going to smite the bow off his hand. So this meaning this devil is not going to have control concerning the Lord's army, because that's a sect in the Lord's army. Just how this devil got the army, the navy. And the Lord, he got on a bigger scale. He got the Moabites as an army. He got the Russians as an army. He got the missiles. The Israelites is the army, the angels.
Yep.
Hey, the Lord of hosts, man.
That's it.
Hey, the bugs.
Yep.
That's the army of the Lord. Hey, there's plenty of stories of people dying from ants and shit.
Yeah. Squirrels.
Yeah. That's an army of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. What you got something about?
Continue on. It says, he hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors.
That's it.
And like you say, it was already predestinated. Because he ain't like we mentioned, missile shot off, everything gonna be on the fly. No, It's going to be, it's going to work according to His knowledge. It's going to fulfill the Lord's will, man. The destruction of America is going to be perfect because it's going to be the Most High who's controlling these things, man. You got to do it.
Time. They was just going back to that point concerning that them strokes at this devil, because he's always continually oppressing, whether you know it or not. So going back, Ecclesiastes 27:25 said, "Whoso casteth a stone on high, casteth it on his own head." So that's going to lead to his own destruction. That's why Oppenheimer bust out in tears, man. The ultimate, that was really his. He knew. He bust out in tears. It says, "And a deceitful stroke shall make wounds," and that's what this devil do by the way of his paperwork and shit. You know, so he's always persecuting and them strokes, man. You got paperwork on you and shit. From even alarm clock is a form of a stroke. You know, but that's this devil. The only thing he can do is oppress you. Oh, and it's because he's known as the oppressor. He's fashioning a way to bring forth evil, man. You got something?
No, you got it.
All right, Con. So I just got this article real quick, just going back. This man is the devil, and it's death. Like, what else could you say concerning the so-called white man and his rulership? Like, you grade him. You can't even give him an F minus. Like, you just gotta put him down. Like, you can't say, man, look, you went off on this, you went off, and he don't want to listen to that. He'll use a robot to try to fix it, and that's what makes it worse. That's why you got wires and shit in the ground. Fuck him, man. See, it says, this is from scientificamerican.com, and it reads, "Is a mega ocean current about to shut down?" So the water quitting on this nigga, man. What the fuck? How could you stop an ocean current?
What you do to do that?
How
the hell you do that?
The ocean current shutting down. Like, why is this a talk? It says an alarming study predicts an imminent collapse of a mega ocean current, but some experts say the evidence is insufficient. But why would they even entertain it if that's not even? How could you? That means some massive have changed, and niggas saying just blow it off. But keep making the McDonald's cups and these other items that's not disposable. You know, that's not buyer friendly, man.
That's it. That's even the scriptures being fulfilled. That should not. She should not bear her fruit to me, man. The earth is suffering under Esau. Not everybody is suffering under the hand of Esau.
That's it.
You know, you got to slide.
Hey, that's it, because that's why the scripture going back to that Isaiah. It says everybody gonna rejoice when this nigga is finally gone. Ain't nobody gonna hinder him. You know, it ain't nobody stepping his way from his ass. Like, you see this man, he getting jumped, and you feel bad. No, you ain't gonna feel. You gonna ask him again.
They gonna jump
again.
in.
Yeah. May I please kick him now, sir? Yes. What did he did to you? Well, my light bill was too. I mean, but we know why the Earth's currents is slowing down. Trash islands. But is they going to say that? No. So, matter of fact, let's see. Let me jump up a little bit, and I'm gonna jump down. And it says, an enormous ocean current that warms some continents and cools others as it snakes around the world could collapse decades earlier than scientists predicted. So they already saying it's gonna stop in the later years, but now it has sped up. They saying decades earlier, so damn, that means
that can be 20 years.
That can be 20, yeah.
A 15, you know.
Cause when they say decades, that trying to make it sound long. No, that ain't long. We down there end of 2023 we pushing toward the last quarter of 2023. You know, it says It will be a dire outcome that disrupts weather patterns in nearly every place on Earth. That makes the finding of a new study this week alarming because of its timing. The current could shut down in as little as 2 years. How the hell that's a decade? A decade is 10 years, man. It says triggering chaotic weather changes worldwide in real time. See? And we understand this devil is always some sinister behind this man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not coming under the banner of health or trying to make the earth better. He's just saying whatever device he used, the something fucked up, whatever, you know what I mean? It's always something that he's trying to cover up.
That's it.
So you see why it's so fucking hot. Cause this nigga doing some crazy shit. Or it's so fucking cold. Or that rain is fucking beating the paint off your car. You know what I mean? And it's leaving certain stain. You know what I mean? You get you get a white shirt, your white tee, and you get in the house and the raindrops turn green. Niggas, man.
I got something for you.
You got it out.
This Sirach 14 in verse 7. It says, and if he do it good, he do it so like if he do it and if he do it good, he do it unwillingly.
Hey, and that's what he have done. Even the Crown Vic showed you that when he was presenting them jabs. This nigga had incentives. If you was so much coming under the banner of health, you wouldn't have McDonald's or the LGB. Hey, even the Secretary of Health is Miss Doubtfire, a fucking tranny.
Somebody that's mentally ill.
Yeah, and this nigga is over something concerning health. Anything concerning health. It got health and transgender in the same breath, man. What the fuck? But all this is death. But going back concerning the Crown Vic, this man had incentives to where if you do take the Crown Vic, you can get some burger and fries. To the way you can get your name put in the hat concerning a lottery.
Get some box,
free lap dance. I mean, a box of chicken. You know, niggas made songs about the jab.
Yeah,
Juvenile and lost all respect for them niggas. They did that shit.
Yeah.
Jab that thing up.
And niggas was fucking with it too.
Yeah.
That's how you know Esau really don't respect the nation of Israel. They think all they gotta do is put it into something and niggas will do it, man.
Yeah, they had that old ass nigga Run DMC do the shit. Try to have the older niggas to do it. Then they try to use juvenile like fuck. You got it out.
It says at the last he would declare his wickedness.
Hey, you got it.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Just going back to that climate change point, you know, because he claimed climate change is a good point, but at the end of the day, he's a sinister plan behind it because he's doing the heart program. The heart program is one of the ways that Esau be messing things up. You got it.
That's it. It says I just read a little bit. I just read the latter piece. It says previous studies have found that the current known as the Atlantic Meridian Overturn Circulation, or AMOC, is weakening over time. So that's the current. That's concerning the current. That's what they call it. It says it's weakening over time, but that is unlikely to collapse before the end of the century. The new study makes the first time the researchers have tried to pin down when the AMOC could start working. The author said it could be anytime between 2025 and 2095. And hey, man, at the end of the day, this devil is the reason behind everything you see that's wrong, man. This ain't just something that's out the blue. And what's contributing to these currents slowing down? Trash islands. Well, they call them, they don't call them that no more. They call them garbage patches. That's even worse. garbage, but they try to make it sound small.
Yeah, garbage patch.
Garbage patch.
Just
like a little pile. No, it's a trash island. Motherfucker could live on that motherfucker if he had to. Float on that, but you can probably run on that motherfucker, man. How much trash on that?
Mini grave, a mini junkyard.
Yeah.
A lot of things, tires.
Yeah.
McDonald's cups, beer cans.
And motherfucker, you have whales and shit, think that's prawn or some shit. You know, and they gulp this shit, and it's nothing but cups and cans and batteries and just all types of stupid shit.
And wonder why the whales beaching themselves now.
Why they attacking?
Yeah.
They attacking. These niggas doing that shit, man. It's a lot though.
Because you got that in spirit though. Because again, now they know who it goes back to. Everybody know, everybody know that Esau is the devil, man. Everybody's suffering under Esau, man.
See,
you know, you got to do it.
I got something real quick just going back. This is the book of Job 9 in verse 24. And it reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. See, and we see that. So-called white man have his hand just going back, as I mentioned earlier, concerning with McDonald's. Is that showed his footprint? That's like him tagging a while, like a game tag side of a store or some shit. Somewhere in the neighborhood, you see they tag. Well, that's the same with so-called white man. If you see someone with a 3-piece suit on, and there's one of his affiliates, motherfucker, a goop, sharp 3-piece suit on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, McDonald's as I mentioned, it has been given to his hand. And guess what? The earth he can fashion and formulate how the earth is. That's why it's fucked up now. That's why it says he covered the faces of the judges thereof. And that's what you have done concerning the images, of our Lord, as well as the prophets, as well as he have, talks about how he etched out the Lord, the true nature of Yahweh Hashem Shai, and in that the laws and statutes and commandments was put on the side. The law done away with now. That was part of this man covering the faces of the judges. It says, if not, where and who is he? See, who is this? Because it talks about that also in Psalms, the 50th chapter. Mm-hmm. This man hateth instructions and casteth word behind him, man. Mm-hmm. So, it was presented unto him, but guess what? He didn't receive it. He went astray because he is that crooked serpent. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Who else could it be? And that showed that this question, it's a question mark there because we know what it is. But people say, no, it's a lot. It's wicked people in every nation. Well, you're right, it is, but it's the wicked though. Who spearheaded the LGB 1, 2, 3 plus? Who came up with these different forms of war weapons, these weapons of war? Going back to these different lifestyles, the diets. Even though these nations, they all are uncivilized, they all go out. But Esau, he take it a step further, man. That's why the scripture talks about how Sodom and Gomorrah were just an example. And that's concerning the judgments, of course, because this is going to be a judgment. But even the acts, this is the motherfucker. You could transport a motherfucker from Sodom and Gomorrah, and they was somehow they was calm when they seen the technology and shit. But they get around a weirdo, they might repent, man, and say, man, look, I'm gonna have to get a garment with Lot and tell them y'all even chill. Cause these people out here crazy, man. You don't know what's a man or a woman. You don't know what you eat. And just everything in between, man. This is the worst case scenario on all levels, man. Even from your app, you got the matter of fact, Spirit, let me look it up. The weather app. Everybody got a weather app. But if you scroll down, they got air quality. It says moderate now. But why is that a thing? Why is there such things you gotta measure the air quality? Because this devil is the serpent, man. From fuck. There's a such thing as you got the app to tell you when the air quality is. Yeah, there's plenty of days where it says poor, very poor.
In the red.
It's in the red. It's very poor. You go outside, it's gray. It's not dew, it's just gray outside and shit. But you got something.
St. John 10 verse 10.
That's
The thief
it.
come not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
That's it. You got it.
God, going back to the point you just making earlier. Everything that's wrong upon the planet Earth and wickedness, it all comes from Esau Edom. The road goes back into Esau, whether it be in the form of, again, the chemtrails in the air.
Yep.
It can be in the form of even the food you drink, or the food that you eat. Motherfuckers been eating them hot cracklings for 40 years, and all of a sudden their foot got to get cut off, man. All that goes back into Esau because he is the production of wickedness, and he also is the production of death, man. That's why when Esau get put out of the way and we get into the kingdom of heaven, what it say? Then death shall be passed away for a lot of better words, shall be conquered, because ultimately Esau kingdom represents death. You got to do it. So
it said death is the last enemy.
Yeah.
That's it. It's heavy. Because he contributes to the bringing forth of death.
That's it.
All the way to a car wreck and shit. This devil the one that came up with this system. This whole system is fucked up. This how this man operates everything. You always signing some crazy shit. Like, we gotta get the fuck out of here, man. But this is on the book of Isaiah 24:5. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. And that's what we have seen. The earth has been subject unto this man, and we see that it has been defiled because Esau is that pitch. He is that tar. So when the earth was given into him, of course it was going to be defiled in his hands. And what I said, you touch the pitch, you're going to be defiled as well. We see that the planet Earth has been defiled under the watch of this man. From his laws and legislations, his technology, even how these people act and shit. These people, they talk about carbon emission when a nigga burp after drinking a Mountain Dew. That fucked the air out too, man. Because that shouldn't be a thing. That shit fucked the air out too, man. Nigga drinking a Pepsi. Well, that comes from Esau though. And that's from on a small scale to a factory. You see, you see the old school cartoons or something, you see the factory and shit going that smoke. What you see it to this day is, you got nuclear waste. How is that a thing? This man ain't even using the resources in the proper way, man.
Hey, you got microplastics
in
the water now. Mixed with fluoride too.
It says because they have transgressed the law. So that's going back to this man covering the faces of the judge thereof as well, man. This man has transgressed the law. This man, because the law, statutes, commandments is the standard. Because that's why I said sin is the results of his death. The transgression of sin is death, man. So that's the only thing this man bring forth on the planet Earth. Because he had transgressed the law. That's why the earth is in the state it is in now. It says change the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And that's why everything is temporal as well. Just going back to the law, statutes, and commandments. That what preserves you. That what makes things flourish when you go by the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why we're going to live forever through the new covenant. When the term of our Lord comes with healing in his wings.
That's it.
That new covenant is established, and we'll be able to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, perfectly. And that was going to be, that's why it's going to be an everlasting thing. We're going to live forever. And why the kingdom is going to be set as going to be an everlasting kingdom. Why? Because the standards, the law, statutes, commandments. So it's going to be prolonged. It talks about that the fear of the Lord prolong of days that's going into the kingdom. Because the standard is going to be the law, statutes, commandments. That's what's going to contribute to life. But going back, it says it's being defiled. So that's why everything is short, it's temporal, it's gone quick. It's damn bad. That's why you got trends. That's like something dying off.
Yeah, 15 minutes of fame.
Fine. Yeah, that's like death. Is you was on a live for 15 minutes. Then you just went back. That's why they had these videos. Where is so and so now? Motherfucker fell off the earth. But they're just going back. All this is a result of this man going against Yahweh Shema Shai, doing everything that's contrary to life. That's why everything dies fast. That's why everything is short and quick. And that's part of it as well. But that's why you have transgenders and Piggly Wigglies, lobster and steak. They try to put them together to make it seem like you balling, but you really fuck the whole meal up when you put that thing on that plate. But you got something out?
Yeah, I got some real quick.
You got it, right?
It's from the Planet of the Apes quote.
Okay.
It
talking about
yeah.
29th scroll.
Yeah, the 29th scroll.
That's it.
And I just got it. It just says, "But where are the beast man? For he is the devil's pawn. Along among God's primates, he kills for sport or lust or greed." And right there, those first couple sentences explain Esau, man.
Yeah.
Because Esau, he is the children of saints, the left hand of the Most High. Once the Lord need the sword, who he get? He get Esau. I'll say he kills for sport or lust or greed. Yeah, that's why we're saying Proverbs 29th chapter, the bloodthirsty man. Because that's how Esau get off. He get off on blood. Yeah. Even go back to Genesis 25th chapter, man. That stew. There's a reason why you like your stare. It's a new thing called blue rare.
Yeah.
What is called? Yeah, blue rare. Basically, you eat the steak cold, man.
You get a color on it. That's it.
Just 2 minutes on each side.
A minute.
Yeah.
A minute.
A minute on each side.
At best.
Even that's some Moab. You don't see him do no crazy stuff like that, man. But it just shows you that Esau, he like killing. He killed for sport, killed for young, and even he do things in vain. He killed things in vain too. He'll kill a deer just to hang up his antlers on the wall, man. It says, he will murder his brother to possess his brother's land. Then Jacob and Esau. It says, let him not breed in great numbers, for he will make a desert of his home and yours. Shun him, drive him back to his jungle lair, for he is the harbinger of death, man. Now I got this word harbinger. In just a regular Google definition, it says a forerunner of something. So Esau, he's a forerunner of wickedness. And one precept that made me think about that is Malachi 1. Malachi 1 in verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build in desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Right there, Esau, he's the forefront of wickedness, man. But it also says, we are impoverished, but we return and build in desolate places. That's talking about, after, the Roman Empire fell, Esau came back with this empire. Ultimately, Esau think he's always going to be on top. He's always going to bounce back. It's just the universe will for Esau to rule forever. He got even Jake thinking that BS, man. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, like they're building today. Esau stays building even to this day, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Esau, he's the forefront of wickedness. He is the wicked. Because Jake, they do wickedly. Again, they follow after the trends of Esau, but Esau, he the one that set the trends, man. It's a such thing that Esau calling out is industry plants, which they push out a certain person out there so everybody can follow him, man. So Esau, he's the one that's pushing out these wicked trends. He's the one that's pushing out the things that's contrary to the Most High. It says, "And the people against whom the Lord have indignation for forever." You know, and that's why again, the 29th scroll, he is the harbinger of death, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the forerunner of death, the forerunner of wickedness, and the forerunner of the Lord gonna kill you niggas, man. You know, you got it though.
I got one more article. We'll wrap it up after this one.
Mhm.
So going back to that Oppenheimer, because guess what? This is why he's gonna cement his downfall. You know, going back to that death in the sword. This is his curse. Yeah, it got him to this point. You know, he was able to seize the resources of the earth. His face on the money. And the money ain't worth shit, but them weapons is, though. Their military is. You know. This man, you know, got to this point. He was able to take over these things, but now, ultimately, this is what's going to lead to his downfall. So just going back to that Oppenheimer, because this is the spirit. Why they talking about this? So this is an article from prospect.org. Why Oppenheimer matters. The father of the atomic bomb still speaks to the danger of complacency. So, matter of fact,
it's like him.
You got it.
I know because he the one that made the missile, but he told us he don't want to do it anymore. But everybody knew going back in their time, because just watching the movie, everybody knew in their time what they was creating. It wasn't like Esau was confused or maybe this and maybe that. You building the sword to use it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jake said, if I pull out my strap, I ain't just gonna pull it out. When I pull it out, I'm gonna use it. Esau, he built the sword just to use it, man. And when he built it, he sharpened it. Because even in the movie, they was talking about atomic bombs, then hydrogen bombs and stuff like that, up into what? The nuclear. And at the end of the movie, so bad, I ain't gonna tell it, but the missiles got shot off, man. And it's gonna be a beautiful sight once the Lord shoot missiles upon this place of America, man.
That's it.
You know, and they made an important thing too, because Oppenheimer, he is important. The Lord actually used him to create the missiles, man.
Yeah.
He used him and those scientists. He got them together just to create the weapons of mass destruction, man.
Let's get that.
That's the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. You know?
The Lord did it.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. That was the snare. Just like Esau cried for that blessing he gave to him.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing that was for your discretion. Man. This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith, the blow of the coals and the fire. And guess what? The modern day smith is the scientist, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just going back to the Oppenheimer, that was the smith. They went looking to somebody else to see how fast a machine gun they can speak faster bullets.
Yeah.
Now it got to the point where they said, "Look, we need a big explosion that could take out a city, a whole city." This nigga thinking on that level. Now, states now, whole states and shit,
whole countries,
yeah. Motherfucker got weapons. Like these devils got missiles, man. Lord, even these other nations. Talk about the army of the horsemen, the 200 million that's concerning those warheads, man. And guess what? Just like how they do, even on a micro scale concerning a pistol, they didn't just make 17 bullets for that. No, it's an assembly of it that's being created to this day.
That's it.
They constantly is making weapons, man.
Hey, Salaki, you just watched that boy Rocket Man.
Yeah.
He just came with a new, it's like every other couple months he come out with a new set of missiles, man.
Yeah.
Just came out, he got drones that's capable of nuclear technology. So he got drones with missiles on them now, man.
Yep.
It's every couple of months it's coming out. Like the brother just mentioned, it's assembly line. Where Russia got a place called Missile City.
Yep.
You know?
That's it. No, you good, right? That's it. It says, and then bring forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. And guess what? It was the Lord's intents and purposes to have this man to come up with that idea to make up devastation, to come up with an idea to make some type of destruction on these large scales. Because ultimately, that was the intent and purpose of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, it was already cold. You know, it was made. You know, you see someone besiege a city, They got the bulwarks and they got the different way they can climb the walls and besiege you. You know, them different war tactics back then, even from the cannonball. You know what I mean? When they, you know what I mean? That was you know, but now how this man has revolutionized war. Hey, that's the really the Marines and shit is like the cleanup crew now. Those that the ground troops and shit, they're like the cleanup crew, man. Because you got these drones and shit. Even that boy, I believe that was Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
Had to be that proud. They'll tell some man, shit, we could be fighting wars from Tampa. Meaning the drone's gonna do the work.
Yeah.
That's what he said. You know?
They have PlayStation control.
Yeah,
like
dude, they literally got that. Yeah, that's what happened to the song. They put a cheat code in and it glitched out. It says,
I got something.
Yeah, Kai.
Got something for you real quick.
You got it, bro. That was it on that. Yeah, Kai.
This, Proverbs 16 and verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself.
Yep.
Even the missiles, man.
Yep.
It says, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Lord made the wicked to create the missiles, for the missiles to heal them, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Probably just pulled out that Isaiah 59. Again, he had them scientists come together, put their brains together, come out with theory, then actually test it out. And as soon as they test it out, it ain't like, yeah, let's wait 2 months or this. They say, man, we got to put this thing out next week.
Yeah.
And Esau went playing, bro.
Yeah, nah.
When it comes down to the sword and referee and fight, Esau don't hesitate, man. Esau ready to get down and pull out that thing, man. But the reason why he's not putting out that thing right now, because everybody have the technology, man. Again, we just mentioned about that North Korea thing, what it says that the weak sound strong.
Yep.
Because ultimately, Esau, certain Edomites, especially the upper echelon, the bankers, they know about biblical prophecy. They know that the nuclear missiles is going to be the end of their rulership. In the beginning of your slavery too, man. Mm-hmm. But just going back, everybody got it. North Korea, India got some, France, your allies, and even people that they don't even report their missiles, man. Again, Russia got a thing called Missile City. And all these things, a lot of them are going to be pointed at America, but even various parts throughout the planet Earth. Israel, that has to be cleansed, And
everything is right on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see the sea help is being more of the talks because it's about to take center stage upon the planet Earth. That prophecy is creeping upon a lot of these people, man. We see it coming and it's running, but suddenly, you got to go downtown and get your virtual ID or whatever they're gonna call it. Suddenly, that's going to take place. But then it says immediately after the tribulation, the destruction comes. So guess what? Just going back, you got to entertain the idea of World War III. This people say this is a possibility. No, this is true. This is what's about to take place. This is the final scene. This is the Lord coming back in His glory. This is what's going to contribute to this amazing day. We building up to this day, man. It's going to be talked about forever, man. We seeing it in real time. So going back to the article, it says, why does Oppenheimer matter? The movie and what it means and shit. So it says the short answer is that nuclear deterrence has worked. Fuck that. That's why Russia said that. They didn't want to talk about no slowing down on making those weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They turned down those offers and shit. I believe Iran, they still doing it. But they saying they putting that move out like, man, just to, let's just chill, man. But you doing it though. You the one that's still building them hoes though. Mm-hmm. But you want everybody else not to. But you the only one to have.
And they ain't the only one that got the juice no more on the block, man.
Yeah.
Everybody got the juice now.
Everybody got them thing, man. And that was your snare. That was your curse. That was that curse unto you, man. Because now you shooting, they're going to shoot them back.
what they say, mad.
That's the fear. It says the short answer is that nuclear deterrence has worked. In Kuwait in the 1950s, beginning in the 1950s, the theory progressed from dangerously destabilizing massive retaliation, which left room for preemptive first strike, through the counterintuitive concept of limited nuclear war to mutual assured destruction. So they're saying you knocked out two cities, I knock out two cities. They'll be better off of us knocking off each other. But no, that's what the scripture says, man. You know, mutually assured destruction, as the brother just mentioned, man. Matter of fact, let's get that. In the book of Revelation, the 6th chapter. Going back, it all goes back to Esau, the so-called white man. And guess what? What's the results? Death. As we went earlier into how the ocean and shit is fucked up. And they just saying it's just slowing down. We don't know. It could be climate change. We know them damn McDonald's cups and shit stopping the water, man.
Is it? And then what? The missiles gonna have to cleanse those.
Yeah.
You know, the earth have to be cleansed. From
the cherries gonna be zapping them. Cherries gonna be zapping them islands too, man. In America. In various parts of the earth. Well, especially here. Because this is the reason why there's a stench in the earth. America. And who's driving it? Oh, the so-called white man. Esau. The daughter of Babylon. Revelation 6:4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red. And there went out first. The first one came out red. And they called his name Esau. And that's concerning that power that went forth. It was his time to rule. And during his time to rule, nothing but wickedness. Because it talks about that time of war. In Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. That it was a certain season for that. When the red horse came in the scene. It says, and power was given to him that set thereon to take peace from the earth. See? And that they should kill one another. See, and that's going back to World War I, World War II, as well as World War III, man. That's going to be the result. They killing one another. It wasn't Edomites versus another. It was Edomites on Edomites, man. Mm-hmm. You had the Germans and the Russians and the Italians, all them Edomites. You know, the Americans, France, England, Australia, some of Australia up there.
Hey, Ukraine.
Ukraine. Well, they was just Russia though.
Yeah,
that was the USSR.
Yeah, USSR.
You know what I mean? It says, and there was given unto him a great sword. So when you go into this word "great," it pretty much one of the words is of the highest degree. So just going back to that USSR, that scene is captivating concerning what's that? Don't Be a Menace. Mm-hmm. When you look at it, the dude pulled out the pistol. He had the chopper. He had the rocket launcher. Then he pulled that trunk, and he had the missile.
Yeah.
So that's the highest degree of the sword, the missiles, man. Mm-hmm. What tops that in this earthly realm? That's why I said it was given unto him a great sword. So this man's technology, going back to the Oppenheimer, that was their blessing. But in that was really their curse.
Hey, it's like, if I may, because even in the movie, he had, when they created the they was typing, he had a celebration. He was talking smack like, yeah, Japanese, they dropped the bomb. And like, hey, only thing about it, I wish the Germans could have thought that. And they was clapping and stuff like that. But in the background, it was missiles hitting. And it shows you the effect. Esau really fucked up mentally because he knew at the end of the day, that was going to be to their destruction. Him and Einstein was talking. They had like an intellectual talk. He was like, yeah, I did it. He showed him a piece of paper, like the equation, how to make a missile. And Einstein looked at it, he gave it back. You know what I'm saying? And it showed you that you can see why Einstein made that quote. He said, if World War three get them. If World War III come, World War IV is going to be fought with sticks and stones.
Yeah.
But he seen that equation. He gave. They said, but this not my work.
That's why that boy had spiked up.
Yeah, that boy had
That boy
spiked
tried to
up,
go back
man.
in time, try to stop that shit.
But that's how you know that's how you know, man, through the spirit, man. Lord made Esau to create that shit, man. You know, even got to the point they dedicated their time, days in, days out. They created the city and everything just to make a missile. As soon as they made it, it took 3 years and so many billions of dollars in 1945. Now, imagine inflation now. It's probably $4-5 billion. But $1 billion, $2 billion back in 1945, they spent to make a missile. But as soon as they made it, 2 years, as soon as they made it, the next week they wanted to drop that thing, man. They was ready to test it. As soon as they tested, they ready to drop it on the Japs. And just going back into that Revelation 6 chapter, that great sword, you know.
That's it. So yeah, and what's the results? Death.
Mm-hmm.
Mutually assured destruction. It says, let's see, yeah, it says though tantamount to hostage taking and conductive to arms races. See, that's a thing in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a term called arms races. And what they meaning with, they ain't just building more Jeeps to drive off road in these different terrains or fucking more M16s. No, the missiles, man. That's what they building the most. You know, and it's not, they coming more and more sharper, more efficient. That's why it's a thing called hypersonic missiles now.
Yep.
Put it like that's an upgrade. Tells you that, as you read earlier in the book of Psalm, the 7th chapter, Lord, He gonna whet His sword.
Mm-hmm.
So over time, the Lord present He's coming out of His army and showing you what He got for America. He says, "And capability overkill." It worked. See, so that's what's going to take place. It tells you the Lord's going to bring forth an overflowing rain. That's why America is going to be the lake of fire, man. Matter of fact, I'm ending off on this. You got anything I got? End off on this, just going back, because there's going to be that lake of fire, man. Talking about this is going to halt. This is going to bring forth nuclear deterrence. No, you did all this bullshit in the earth. You know, you feel like you finna bring forth this sea hip. You don't wanna. No, man. This is your destruction. This is the book of Psalm 58 and verse 7. So this is going back. This was His blessing. This is going to be His curse as well.
Mm-hmm.
He brought forth death. Hey, that showed that He the son of perdition. Esau and his blessing shows that he's the son of perdition. Because what was his blessing? To die. What was that Twilight Zone? I'm gonna give you what I need. We need Esau. Yeah, that's why I said the righteousness have hope in His death. Yeah, you know, because that was the only way that the man was going to be relieved if you watched that episode. He was on, the dude was he got air, you know.
He was a blessing. Dude was
a
blessing.
He was a blessing. Whatever anybody needed, he had it, from something simple as a comb,
a pair of scissors
to a bus ticket,
mm-hmm. a quarter, to
hit the phone. But the dude kept bugging him because he had everything he needed. He was as hell and deaf. He just couldn't get him. He was sucking him dry and shit. But he said the only way he gonna be relieved, he got to get him what he need. Some little bit ass shoes to get killed and put to death by getting ran over. And that's what's gonna take place. Esau's gonna be ran over. He's gonna be overwhelmed. And this is that process now, by the way, of this word being brought forth. This man tells his lies is going to be quenched. When you quench something, it's like dumping a bucket of water on a match. Because that's what's taking place. Talks about how light is cell of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So when you tell the truth, you can't. The lie is never going to hold up to the truth. Once that light is presented, death I mean, the darkness can't. Well,
It
it can't hide. That's it. That's why what's going to be left of this man to bring forth the sword. It says, "Let them." This is the book of Psalms 58 and verse 7. It reads, "Let them melt away as waters, which run continually." See, and that's what's going to take place. The lake of fire, man. See, this is going to be the results. This is the results of Esau, the so-called white man, and his blessing. This is his heritage. Going back to Malachi, to the first chapter talks about how his heritage is going to be for the dragons of the wilderness, meaning America is going to be a desert, and the only thing that's going to dwell here is these desert creatures, these unclean animals. But you're going to know that this is the one that went against the Lord. It's going to be a memorial. But this is that before that happened, before the smoke cleared, the dust up, this was going to bring forth that this landmass to change. The being melted away, it talks about that the element is going to melt with fervent heat. But how is that going to take place? It says, when he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows. See? So when he bent his bow to shoot his arrows, meaning how could an arrow bring forth some melting away? That's concerning the missiles, man. The so-called these nuclear missiles, hypersonic missiles, which is the army of Yahweh Shema Shah. Going back to the army of the horsemen. The horsemen is them warheads, man. Blood is going to be the spirit of the Lord in them. Talks about how they're going to march everyone his way. None shall break their ranks. It's going to be the spirit of the Lord is going to be in them to guide them. That's why they can die shit now. That's the Lord show you that, hey man, this is going to be a day.
So like the weapons of his ignition for a reason.
Yeah. It said, "Let them be as cut in pieces." So this is what's going to cut them off. This is what's going to cement his downfall. Because Esau is falling. But this is, as the elder say, that splat from that mountain. This is what's going to cement this man's downfall, this third world war. And just going back, Einstein, that quote, he understood it. That's it, man. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like, this devil guy, he tried to make peace. You want to quarrel, so, settle, stop quarreling. You want to get everything together. No, man. The Lord said he's going to put the hooks in the jaws of the Russians. As we seeing that now. Everything is right on schedule, man. But this shows that you got to consider World War III, because these devils got to talk about it. They want to put out a movie and shit.
Yeah. It's coming up.
Yeah. Because this is the time. This is part of the Lord's movie and intents and purposes. But just going back, this devil represents death, man. At the end of the day, everything he do, everything he presents is death. And that's what he's going to get at the end of the day. So yeah, I can hope they will edify. We like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Like to say shalom to the elect that teaching the word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, Abab, soon. Very soon.
Tonight.